Now, an important I-Team investigation that could save your life. They are devices that stop electrical fires before they can start in your home. Now, almost every state requires them, but not Wisconsin. Why not? Here's the I-Team's Aaron Diamond. Aaron?
Well, Jake, these devices are simple. This is it here. They don't even cost that much, but the I-Team found Wisconsin lawmakers still playing politics and playing with fire. It only takes one spark.
The sparks are what causes the heat.
Fueling a fire that rips through your walls.
They're tough to detect.
Until you see smoke.
And then sometimes that's too late.
That's what happened inside this Bayside home recently. Just one of thousands of electrical fires in Wisconsin last year caused by damaged or deteriorated wiring.
Fire will not just contain itself to one room. Fire will move. It'll go up into an attic. And once you get a fire in a large open space, fire moves, it grows quickly.
Hundreds of people die and thousands more are hurt in electrical fires every year. And everyone from fire investigators to electrical inspectors say this $40 device could stop many of those fires before they start.
They've been tested and studied for a long time, and that's why they came up with them.
They're called arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs. Without getting too technical, an AFCI senses when wiring starts to spark and cuts off the power source.
Well, to show you what we're talking about here, we had the folks at Waukesha County Technical College help us with a little experiment. This is basically any piece of wall like you would have in your house. We've run two circuits through it. One is hooked up to a regular breaker. The other is hooked up to an arc fault breaker. These light bulbs will show you that both of the circuits are hot.
When master electrician Neil Mathis overheats the wires hooked up to the regular breaker, dangerous sparks start to fly. The circuit stays hot.
And that could start a fire in someone's walls, and you wouldn't even know it until
it came out and the smoke came inside the room, and you could start seeing the flame.
But watch this.
Now we're going to put this on the circuit that's protected with the arc fault breaker. Okay.
and it tripped right away.
No matter how many times he tried it, off went the light.
So the bottom line is these things are pretty reliable and have been for some time.
Right, absolutely.
Reliable enough for 46 states to now require AFCIs in all new and remodeled homes. Only 4 states don't. Wisconsin is one of them, because home builders pressured the state to put it off, saying AFCIs are too expensive.
Should cost be an issue when dealing with something like that?
I think we always have to be cognizant of the overall impact it has on any industry.
Fire safety is important, but cost is also a consideration.
Patricia Stone, a Metropolitan Home Builders Association vice president, actually spoke out against AFCIs at a public hearing last June.
If there's something out there that may even, that we think may prevent fires, why not?
Yeah, and that's the argument they use for, people use for fire sprinklers as well in single-family homes.
But worst case, even the MBA figures using AFCIs only adds about $1,000 to the cost of a new home, a lot less than rebuilding.
Don't at some point you tell the home builders, it's like, look, you know what? That's just too bad.
Well, essentially we did. They were opposed to it, and we said, we do think it's a sound, safe technology that we want to put into the code.
Years after, most other states did, and the guys who risked their lives fighting the fires don't see why it's even an issue.
But if you're doing an upgrade, you're doing a remodel, you're doing a new construction, it's a no-brainer.
Especially since their lives aren't the only ones at risk.
To me, it doesn't make much sense. You can't put a cost on human life.
Well, as it stands now, Wisconsin won't make AFCIs mandatory for home builders until 2010. Again, that's years after most of the country already did. In the meantime, homeowners can pick these things up, put them in their homes on their own. We found them at most of the larger home hardware stores here in town.
Can people do this on their own, or do they need an electrician to come in and do it?
You're better off getting a professional to come in and put these things in just to be safe.
All right, thanks, Aaron.